What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. You're gonna notice I am covered in dust right now. I'm actually redoing the door from our garage to our house. So that I've been sanding while we still daylight, and we're trying to take advantage of the little bit of summer we have left, or I guess fall now. Yeah, because sooner than later it's gonna be snowing and I'm gonna be stuck in the garage or in the house. So it was a nice day, took advantage of it. So something I actually just finished was my fuel lines. We did a custom AEM fitting fuel line setup, but I'm waiting for the fuel lines to finish drying. So what we're going to install is this crazy thing right here. What's it called? It has a long name. It is an AEM X Series Inline Wideband AFR controller kit. That's what it is. It's a great device to install if you want to check your AFRs, but you don't want to have like a wideband gauge. So if you've been around for a while on the channel, you'll recognize it from the STI. The reason why I'm not using it is because I no longer have the STI tuned with the COB access port. The Legacy is going to be keeping the COB access port, so I figured I would dust this thing off and get it installed. You could see I do have a connector wired up to this. It's a really easy setup. It's very similar to what iWire does, and it allows you to plug into the car side of where your rear O2 sensor is. So basically you're deleting your rear O2 sensor and you're sending the signal to that. One thing I am gonna do, I gotta find the connector now. Where did I put it? There it is. It was in the box with the AFR gauge. Who would have thought? Now, I don't remember what size or what the name is of the connector, but what I'll do is I'll link it down below where you guys can buy it. I'm pretty sure I got this from AliExpress, and I think it was like less than $5. So if you guys want a way to do your own like plug and play setup, that is a possibility for you guys. I'm on the fence. I might just install this for now, and on a later date trim it and put this on, just because I want to start tuning and see and make sure everything is working right. For whatever reason I feel like it's going to be issues. You know what? Let's just send it. Let's just hook it up. We're gonna do it. So what you're gonna notice is I have a crap ton of cabling here. I obviously don't need that much cabling. So this is what we're gonna do. Unfortunately, this side we gotta leave. It's super long. It is what it is. This side we're gonna end up shortening. Okay, so to know the amount of length I gotta cut off, I first gotta kind of mock this up to where I want it. So let's go ahead and do that. On the STI, I had it roughly here. Now that might be a bit of an issue because the top mount intercooler, maybe I'll put it like this because I'll still be able to see the lights. There's little lights on it. So once the top mount intercooler is installed, I'll be able to go on the side of the car and still see it. So that could still work. And then the rear O2 connection is actually that yellow tape right there. The gray connector right there, that's where it is. So that's where we're gonna have to run it. And then this, we're gonna end up shortening to go down to there. It's like, I don't know, a couple feet, maybe 2 feet. And then our black wire, which I already have a ground, is gonna ground onto there. Okay, let me start cutting this up and figure out how much length we need. So with it snipped at our desired length, I did leave extra just in case. We can go ahead and pull this and basically snip off my old connector down there. Something I noticed that I didn't notice before is the pins are actually numbered. You can see them on the side there and there. So pin 1 is unused, pin 2 is red, pin 3 is brown, and then pin 4 is white. So if you guys are doing this at home, that's it there. I'll also put that in the description for you guys so you guys can remember. We can go ahead and start snipping this. Something to remember though is black, we're gonna have to leave a little bit longer just because it's gonna have to run from down there up to that bolt for our ground. And then the blue, white, black, and green and black, I'm gonna leave long because that's gonna get reshaped later on and that's gonna run into the cabin. Let's go ahead and start cutting. So in the kit I bought, it came with your actual connector, pins, some seals, and the insert, I don't know what you call that. The objective is to replicate that. So to do it, you're gonna need some type of wire strippers. I have these, I got them from Canadian Tire. They're not that bad. You don't need these, you can get cheaper ones. And I got this bougie crimper. I don't own a crimper other than what's here. And that might have worked, but I wanted something nice. So I bought this, and it came with a bunch of different, I don't know what you call this, teeth, crimping parts. I don't know what you call it, but I'm gonna figure out which one would work best and hopefully get this thing done and looking like factory. That's kind of the objective here. This connector can come off We're no longer using it. Okay, cut this off. That's the ground, and then all the sheathing should be able to slide off. I'm pretty sure we need brown and white. And then we need red. So black, I'm gonna leave alone. We need these three. So we don't need a ton of wire exposed, just a little bit, because this is gonna go directly to the connector. We're gonna strip, boys. We're only gonna strip a tiny amount. That little bit of copper you see, that's as much as we're gonna strip. So really not a lot. Just that much right there. Really not a lot. That's like what, 4 mil, if that. We'll stick one of these on, these little sealers. Okay. And then this pin, just like that. I hope you guys can see that. It's probably hard with the silver on silver, but the coating on the wire is gonna stop right before these fins right here. So it's gonna be like this. I think we have to do everything in one shot. So I think it has to crimp this section and the big section around the seal. So let me kind of just put this in place, just like that. So I have it lined up. Yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. Okay. Okay, take the white wire, put her in. Also got to push that seal in. I think that's good. You guys can't see it, but I think that's good. Let's crimp. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Is that not legit or what? That's crazy. And that's a solid connection. All right, let me do the rest. That's actually pretty sick. I'm pretty hyped about this. I like this tool a lot already. I paid a bit of money for it, but I like it. Oh, that's so sick. That is so sick. I would never be able to do this manually without this tool. Never. That's so sick. That is so sick. So now, boys and gals, if you're watching, we got 3 crispy connectors, okay? Now remember I said there was a pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, pin 4? All right, so pin 1 is nothing. Pin 2 is red. So I think these have to face down. Crispy. Pin 3 is white, but I'm gonna do brown because it's just easier for me to do brown first. And white. Pin 3. Look at that. Look at that. Let me see if I got a plug for here just so we don't get water in there. I might. Let me check. Sure enough, I had a red one lying around for the plug and play signal harnesses that I sell. Go on in. Look at that. I pushed it a little too far. It's okay. All right, that is a plug and play connector. Super sick. Black, I'll have to shorten, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow because it's nighttime now and I can't see anything. But that is pretty kinky. Oh, and this has to go in. So the long side sticks out. Look at that. I'm gonna get some sheathing for these just so I can kind of run it into the cabin for now, if anything, and hide it. The black one will shorten tomorrow because I need to see how much length I need. And then we'll add a terminal on it, like one of these. I should have one of these lying around somewhere. And yeah, we'll be rocking. That's pretty sweet. Sheathing showed up, boys. I ordered a 1/4 inch. It should work, should be fine. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna de-pin the white and the brown real quick, just so I can put some heat shrink here, just so when we do run the sheathing, everything is kind of nice and tight and clean. This is gonna take a while. Did I ever tell you guys this car is supposed to be my daily / beater? I'm doing all this. It's probably a better way of doing this, but it's the way I'm gonna do it. So brown is 4 and 3 is white. Like that. Pretty legit. Now the ground cable. I kind of got to put this in the car so I know exactly how long I need it. So I guess we will go over to the car even though it's raining and it's dark. It should be fun. Look at our nice professional cables, eh? Let's do something like that. All right. So now we could bring the wideband in and somehow tuck it in so it looks good. But this should just be able to go down, pull the ground cable and our sheath wire through. Okay. And then we're just gonna have to plug in this connector right down there. You can barely see it right there. Let me just shine the light quick. Just right there. Easy enough. So this, our sheath cable, we're gonna end up probably coming back up through here because I want to keep away from the O2, the downpipe. I was gonna say O2 sensor, the downpipe. Now for our ground, we're gonna want to leave it a little loose just so we got a little bit of play for the future. So I'm gonna cut it about here. Give her a strip. Grab my probably new favorite tool. So with my new favorite tool, we're gonna crimp this. That goes there, goes there. There you go, we're grounded. I'm gonna clean up the zip ties and stuff, especially down here. We're pretty loosey-goosey. Don't want that going near the downpipe while we're driving. And then we're gonna have to run that cable in the cabin. And I'm just gonna leave it there, to be honest. It's just gonna sit there. Should be able to go into accessory. So I was editing this video and I realized I never gave a proper outro for it. Where we left off, I showed that it was working and all we had to do is configure our access port. Now I will show you how to configure the access port, but for whatever reason, the Legacy, it does not work. I was thinking this was originally a green speed thing, but after checking with a few access ports, because I had to, and then I did some digging, apparently you can't monitor the rear O2 sensor with the AFR on the Legacy. I know it was doable on the STI. I'm assuming the WX it's okay. I don't know if it's a year thing. I don't know if maybe my access port was updated, but from my understanding, mine was never updated. I don't know. Let me know if you guys ended up getting working on the Legacy. For me, I couldn't get it to work, so I ended up just wiring in an AFR gauge. That's fine, it still does a trick. It just would have been nice to have everything integrated on the access port. So I did end up removing it, but this whole video, this whole install will work for every other Subaru. It's basically the same thing I did to my STI, just for whatever reason wouldn't work. So let me show you guys real quick how to configure your access port to monitor your rear O2 sensor with the AFR. Just like your normal access port, you're gonna go up to setup. You'll see the green arrow light up, hit the center. Now you're gonna wanna configure data logging. Based off your tuner, you'll have to select or deselect different things. I have selected what my tuner wanted. But basically what you would see here at the very bottom, now it might not be the very, very bottom, but you should see rear O2 sense only. For whatever reason, mine doesn't have it. I tried a few things and I just, you know, it wasn't there. Because realistically, it should be somewhere around here. Yeah, but it's not there. And if you don't know how to configure your data logging, that's how you do it. I'm gonna go ahead, finish editing this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Take it easy, guys.